Okay, I get asked lots of questions about how the ponies deal with the cold, and I get lots of really great suggestions about how to better care for them in this kind of weather. So I thought it would be kind of fun to make a little video. So we were totally drifted in this morning. My husband's truck, which is bigger than this truck, was buried up above the tires in our driveway. So we had a guy come with a little skid steer on tracks and a blade. Well, we didn't have him come. He came to the neighbors. I was supposed to keep an eye out for when he drove by and go out and meet him at the gate out there. And I didn't see him drive by, but my husband did, and had to run a half mile up the road where that house is that you can just see, track him down and beg him to come back and dig us out because we were so buried. And he did awesome. Look at, he got all the way to the dirt. We haven't been to the dirt in weeks. So here's, it's hard to see because everything's so white. Here's the snowdrift situation. This drift is above my head. Samson! Samson, I'll show you. Good boy. Get up there on the snowdrift. Get up there. Get up there. Climb up there on the snowdrift. Get it! Yeah! Good boy. That's how tall the snowdrifts are. That was all in the driveway. Good dog. He loves the snow. So we have the smaller drifts on the south side and the humongous drifts on the north side. And this is all one big drift. Like, there's no way we're getting that trailer out anytime soon. Now we'll go this way. And the snow, well, sometimes it blows from the south, sometimes it blows from the north. Sometimes it blows from the southwest. The southeast. And so my boys dug me a trench here this morning. This was up above my knees. This is my normal place for grooming and tacking up. Clearly we're not doing that. I had to dig my gate out. We dug that out. Usually they're not as tall as they are at the gate, because that's how deep the snow is. Anyways, the wind changed directions for a couple of hours. Here's the trench to the water. The water, at least it's not freezing, thank goodness. And look, it kind of cleared this pen out. They can't really walk out there because they fall in, and it's several feet steep. That's about as far as they go in. But the problem with this pen is it doesn't have very good windbreak. So if I were to lock Mikey in, I'd have to dig the gate up and then dig a trench. And that's probably 2 feet that I'd have to dig down in that snow. This is ice. Oh my gosh, don't go up there, you dork. Anyway, if I had him in here, he wouldn't have very much windbreak. And I'd have to haul water 14 times a day because the buckets freeze in about a half an hour. Poor Sky. Okay, don't run me down now. Oh, baby. Good boy. So they did pretty good. Walk up. As long as they can back up to something and get out of the wind, which is what this shed is for, they did pretty good. So here's that wire that you can see right there is 3 feet tall from the ground. So the snow settled some, but that was all under snow this morning when I came out to do chores, all the way down. So it settled a bit in the wind. And what happens is it's cold, like right now it's below 0. But then it'll warm up to like 20, 25, and so it melts a little bit. and the fluffy snow starts to get hard and frozen. Then it goes below zero and the snow freezes more and the drifts get hard like icicles, like ice. And so my husband's truck buried this morning in the driveway. It was like chiseling it out of concrete. When we went out there with the shovels. When the guy came with the machine to dig the driveway, we had to hand dig the truck out, and it was like chiseling concrete. So here is their shed. So it's got some hay in it. Here's my gate that the wind blew it and busted the hinges right off the, see, the hinges are still on the building, but they busted right off the gate. So the gate is held up with one piece of twine and by the latch. It's very redneck. So here's what's left in here. This hay, when February started, this hay went all the way from this wall to that wall. So that's how much hay I fed, and it was that high all the way. So we've gone through quite a bit. I'm not sure how much will be usable in that back shed when we can get back there with the bobcat and kind of dig it out. It is so deep back there. If the drift's not hard enough, I'll sink up to my hips. This drift here is about almost 3 feet deep. This is over 3 feet right here. So Zorro's 40 inches tall. He's not quite standing in the dirt. There's a couple inches of snow there, but that drift is dang near even with him. So that's what I'm talking about when I say everything is drifted in. There's just really no place to put a fence or add one more thing to try to make a spot for Mikey. I mean, what you end up happening is any snow that falls, which is falling right now, catches in those panels and makes huge drift problems. So if I were to try to block him off a little section somehow, maybe right here, try to hook something to that post, which is a 5-foot tall post, by the way, that's down on the ground 2 feet. So, no, I'm sorry, 1.5 feet. You can see I'd have to dig quite a bit into that drift to get the panel in there. And then I can't open the panel. So I'd have to somehow, I can't climb it. I don't know. His normal pen is the one that we were in that the drift kind of moved. But like I said, there's really no windbreak there for him. So it's not very comfortable. And like right now they're doing okay, but he paces around and he worries and he looks around. There's not much to see right now since it's snowing. And then he gets her going. He doesn't care. Even if Mikey walks up and bites him, he just stands there. Huh? You try to bully him, he doesn't even care. The neighbor horses are running around. Oh no, it's a problem for Mikey. So anyway, that is what we are dealing with. I thought everybody might like to see. Okay, so I just tossed him out their hay. Somebody asked me, what do you do when you feed? Do you have indoor feeders? So no, they don't even have an indoor, they just have a windbreak. So I just throw the hay on the ground and they spread it around and they eat it. They lay in it, they poop in it a little. It's not too messy though. So right now we have a northwest wind coming in. So this side of the shed's pretty protected. You can see that he's not getting too wind blown, and this end's good. When the wind blows from the south, it's tougher. We don't have as good a wind breaks, except for back in that shed. I did make a nice windbreak back there, but it's all buried in the snow. So they are probably not going to be using that. I haven't even been back there for weeks because when I walk on that snow, I sink and it's up past my knees. The other day, the boys went to take down the tarps that were ripped and blowing in the wind and sweep some of the haystack off, some of the snow off the haystack, because the snow was from the second rung down that you can see. Maybe you can't. The second rung down from the roof line all the way to the top of the roof. That shed was filled with snow on top of my hay. So they went and they shoveled that off, and they wanted me to come see how badly the tarps were destroyed. So I walked out there and I was up to my hips in some places trying to get through that snow. So anyway, this is a little taste of Montana. Everybody says people that have lived here for 20 years have never seen a winter this bad. I've lived here my whole life. I'm 42. I've definitely seen winters this bad. But we've lived here in Ennis almost 10 years. And aside from, there were 2 winters that had a ton of snow. But mostly we had drifting and blowing and nothing like this where it just falls and it just accumulates on the ground at such depths. Our field, we own that to the north there, and the snow out there is a good 3.5 feet deep everywhere. Usually you'll be able to see bare ground. So it is kind of crazy the amount of snow we're dealing with. There's our bobcat that will not start. I don't know what we'll do. The Tahoe has chains. Hopefully we can get it out on Monday. We have to go to town Monday. My hubby is running chains on his truck. That machine that came and cleared the snow today was amazing. Very expensive machine, but we have machine envy for sure. Anyway, a little taste. He's standing on that drift there, so maybe we can look back and compare to something from the summer so you can see how much higher they're standing. It's kind of funny.